Hey everyone, it's Kane, and tonight is Super Bowl Sunday. It's February 13th, 2022, and the LA Rams are taking on the Bengals. If you live in the Midwest, this is kind of a bittersweet thing. You know, I live in Ohio, so I want to root for the Bengals, and I like Joe Burrow, but I watched Matthew Stafford be with the Lions forever, and they traded him away like he was worthless. And look, he led a team to Super Bowl, which is how the Lions seem to roll. You know, they held Barry Sanders captive. He wanted out of there. They wouldn't let him. He retired. I always wanted to see Barry go somewhere else and get a Super Bowl ring. So I'm excited for that. The halftime show, Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. I can't wait for that. That's awesome. And the commercials, just everything that goes along with it. But I'm more excited for tonight being The Walking Dead coming back. If you have AMC Plus, you can watch The Walking Dead tonight. It premieres next week on AMC, but again, if you pay for it, you can watch it tonight. We left a lot of stuff open last season. At the end of the episode, we had people in the Commonwealth getting in trouble. We had Alexandria facing this huge monsoon. We had Daryl, Negan, Gabriel, and Maggie at the Meridian trying to get supplies and really just trying to survive from the Reapers. So I'm not going to give any spoils away. I haven't seen the new episode yet. It's out, but I won't watch it till tonight. But I am going to have, these are spoilers. If you haven't seen episode 8 from last season, what the hell are you doing? I mean, it's been out for how long? Watch it. So, we left Maggie and Daryl and Negan and Gabriel. They went to Meridian to get supplies. They want to take this food and supplies, things back that they need for Alexandria. Alexandria is just having a hell of a time. And they went to get it. The Reapers are in Meridian. Alden was with them. Actually, there's a whole group of people with them. The Reapers came and just killed a bunch of them. Alden was with them. He got hurt. They ended up holding up for a minute in a church. Alden stayed there because he just could not continue. He wasn't dead. I expect him to be dead. Although he wasn't a major character, but he was a mid-tier character. If he's dead, they have to stop back by that church on their way home, assuming they get out of what they're in. They have to stop back by there and see him because he was too good of a character to be just forgotten about. But last season, Daryl was with the Reapers, but of course he was working for our people. Pope was about to get into it with Daryl and Leah, Daryl's ex-girlfriend from when he was living on his own after Rick left the show. Apparently she's a Reaper. She always has been. So she's there. But it comes to the rooftop. It's her, Pope, and Daryl. And Red is, we're expecting this big fight between Daryl and Pope. Leah kills him, takes him out. She realized he wasn't the kind of leader that they needed. He didn't care about his people. Even though he preached to family, he didn't care about his people's lives. He sent them out to do stupid things. So we left them there. That happened. She let Daryl go. It didn't kill him. But she knew his people were out there with all these walkers. Maggie and Negan did themselves up as walkers, led a bunch of them in. Negan used the skills that he learned from Alpha, and they led a bunch of walkers into the Meridian to take out the Reapers and to help them get in and out with the supplies. But they have this. The Reapers have this weapon called the Hwacha, and it's basically a bunch of fireworks and rockets and things, um, with arrows, and it's this huge, like 100 of them. She lets it loose on the walkers, and she knows that Maggie and Negan and whoever else is in there. She doesn't care. She'll let Daryl go, but she doesn't care about anybody else. And that's kind of where we left it. Gabriel's still inside the compound. He was trying to get the supplies, and we left. They fired the weapon. It was like end of the show. At Alexandria, they were having this huge monsoon, like a biblical type monsoon, and the windmill was on fire. The big wall around Alexandria was coming down in spots. There was walkers inside all over the place, and you could barely walk outside from the wind and the rain. They went to have separate jobs. Carol went to fix the wall, and Aaron went to fix the windmill, fight the fire, and he left. The rest, everybody else was holed up in one house. The kids, the residents, they were all pretty much holed up in the one house. Rosita was there with them. She had a badass moment where she steps outside, takes out a bunch of walkers. They're pushing the door. They're going to push through the door. She goes outside and just takes out. You assume they don't show it. She takes out all these walkers, and comes back inside. Says, just drops this deadpan, like, I think we should stay away from the windows. In the middle of all this, Gracie and Judith are doing what they can to help, but practicing their weapon skills in case they have to fight the walkers. Gracie goes downstairs to find a weapon because she knows there's weapons down there. She wants to find something to help. And everybody basically, it's getting too bad. They can't fight the walkers off coming into windows and everything else. They decide to go upstairs where they can defend the stairway. And then when the monsoon's over, they'll just fight their way down through the walkers and take the house back over. But Gracie's in the basement. Judith went in the basement to find her. Unfortunately, the basement's flooding from all the rain and filling up pretty quickly. When Judith gets Gracie, they go upstairs. The upstairs is full of walkers. Everybody forgot about the two of them apparently in a rush to get upstairs, and so that's where we leave them. Do they die in the basement getting flooded? Do they go up and try to fight the walkers? And as badass as Judith is, these two little girls are not gonna fight all kinds of house full of walkers. So we leave that there. We left the Commonwealth. So Ezekiel, Princess, Yumiko, and Eugene are in the Commonwealth. And Miko's trying to get a meeting with Pamela Milton to get everything handled that's going on. Eugene is he's like out taking care of walkers. He's basically in trouble. I forget what he did, but he has to go around and kill walkers and take care of their bodies and stuff. And apparently they just have people doing that. It's a penance, like a jail thing. He's out doing that, and you see this couple come out, sit in the park, way out, from nowhere, which is kind of weird. A younger couple. And Eugene's watching them. There's a walker coming up behind them as they're sitting and talking and having a picnic, basically. Eugene starts yelling at him. He's kind of far away. There's a walker. They don't see it. As it's getting up behind him, it's going to bite him. Eugene basically comes up, saves their life, kills this walker, and it splatters blood and stuff all over the two of them. They get upset. They're mad at Eugene. There's no, hey, you saved our lives. It's, look what you did. You got blood on us, you bastard. So, other people come rushing out. The army guys, the stormtroopers. People come rushing out. Apparently, the guy was Pamela Milton's son, the woman that runs the Commonwealth. And, this all looks like a huge setup to me. They're trying to get Eugene to tell him where Alexandria is. It just looks like it was all set up. And they tell Eugene, you're going to have a life sentence for this. Or you're going to tell us where Alexandria is. He doesn't want to betray them because, we don't know much about these people yet. There's a lot of shady stuff going on in the Commonwealth. So Ezekiel still needs treatment for his cancer. Miko is being treated very well because she graduated Harvard and was a lawyer, but because she's in with Eugene and them, she's kind of put on the back burner. Princess, I believe, is in trouble too. I really can't remember. So that's where we left everything. I feel, I've seen trailers with Daryl and Negan in a non-Reaper setting, with a bunch of people setting. So I know it's not a spoiler that Negan gets out of it. Gabriel gets out of it. Daryl gets out of it. I would assume Maggie does too. She didn't come back to work a few episodes, get killed. Her kid's in Alexandria. I mean, they haven't really set up somebody to take over for her as being a parent. So I'm assuming they get out of it. The rest of the episodes going forward are probably going to be on the Commonwealth, regarding them and Alexandria. Eugene doesn't want to give up where Alexandria is, but we know the two of them will get together at some point. It has to happen. So, if you can watch it this weekend, great. Again, on AMC Plus, or it'll be on next week. It'll be on the actual channel. I will post another video after I watch it that will have spoilers talking about the episode. But, I hope you enjoy it. I will. The Walking Dead is always fantastic. Fear the Walking Dead's good. I enjoyed The World Beyond. It was definitely more of a third-tier show, but there's nothing like The Walking Dead. When it's good, when it's on. I mean, even the regular Walking Dead at its worst is better than any of the other shows. So we're getting back into the second part, which means this fall we're going to have the last part. I'm not really ready for it. I am, because I want to see what happens. I'm not, because I don't want it to be over. Supposedly we're getting new shows, or getting a Carol and Daryl show, but who knows? We're supposed to be getting these movies about Rick, and it's supposed to have been how many years now? So we'll see. Anyways, this is just to get us caught up on what happened, and I'll talk to you soon. We'll talk about it afterwards.